Hello and welcome back to Nerd News. Today we have the Pokemon trailer and we have the Super Mario movie trailer finally shown off. We finally got to hear Chris Pratt's voice as Mario. We got a few smaller news stories. We're going to focus on the two big ones because that's going to take up a good amount of time and there really wasn't a whole lot of other news. Let's get started. First up we have Need for Speed Unbound preview trailer featuring A$AP Rocky. It looks pretty good. Kind of reminds me of Need for Speed Underground. That was the last one I really liked, Underground 2. Haven't really liked Need for Speed in a very long time, but this looks pretty good. We'll see how it goes. This is just the reveal trailer, though. But it looks good. I like this. Kind of hope they keep the effects in-game. Maybe not all of them, because some of them were a little much, but like the effects of like the shit coming off the tires and the smoke in the back. That'd be really cool. And next up we have the new trailer for the Super Mario movie. This is the first time we're seeing anything from the movie. And honestly, it doesn't look that bad. Like I said yesterday, I had complete confidence in Illumination's ability to create a movie, create the animation. The animation looks really good. The characters all look really good. Mario looks a lot better in this than he did in the promotion image there that was leaked yesterday. Bowser sounds really good. The penguin dude sounds cool. Toad sounds fine. I think everything was going really well. Mario's voice is not great. It's not great. It's fine. Like it's serviceable. It is perfectly serviceable. It's not good, but it's not like the most atrocious thing in the world. I think people are overreacting a little bit. We heard him talk for like 30 seconds, if that. He said like 2 sentences. I'm more concerned with him wondering where he's at. I really hope they don't pull some nonsense where, like, Mario's just a normal dude living in New York or something, and bam, he's in the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no fucking isekai bullshit. Other than that, it looks fine. The Bowser stuff in the beginning was great, though. That was fun. That was fantastic. Bowser pulling his volcano castle down. Kamek was pretty funny. The penguin dude was hilarious. They're just throwing snowballs at him. That's all good. This is a kid's movie. Try to remember that. That was good. That was all perfectly good. I have no problems there. My only issue is Mario's voice is a little underwhelming, but honestly, I was really expecting this to be like atrociously bad because Chris Pratt really isn't a voice actor. He's just an actor. Those are two very different jobs. I don't know why they insist on making random Hollywood people just do all the voices, but whatever. It's not nearly as bad as I thought he was going to do. It was serviceable. Other than that, it looks good. It wasn't a very long trailer, so, you know, we'll see. But this instilled a little bit of confidence. I think the movie's going to be, at the very least, decent. Would have liked to see more Donkey Kong. I know it's the first trailer, but I really, really just want to see DK. That's all I got. And next up we have the Pokemon trailer, and this one was really long, 14 minutes. And honestly, they didn't show a whole lot. Like, they showed a lot. You got a lot of details about the game, but they only showed one new Pokemon, and that was Farigiraf. It's just Giraffe's evolution, which is really, really cool. Really cool. I really, really like this design. We'll get into that in a second. But they didn't really show a whole lot else. Like, we saw the crab again, which we've already seen. We did see you battle it, which was neat. You can send your Pokemon out to battle random wild Pokemon without, like, stopping what you're doing. That's really cool. We saw how the gym battles will work, how you have to do some extra stuff ahead of time, like the Sunflora hide and seek. I will note that in this video you're seeing, the Sunflora scene is really, really slow. However, in the Japanese version, it runs perfectly fine. It's just the Europe and US versions, for some reason, were really bad frame rate, but the Japanese one looked good. So, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how they did that, but the Japanese one just looks better. There were some hidden Pokemon shown in the trailer, but you get such a poor look at them that I'm not going to bother really talking about them. They're not available on the website, and honestly, you're really reaching to try and say what any of these are. And the trainers are throwing out all the Growliths. There's like this little dude that comes out way in the back of the screen. Like, sure, you could try to figure out what that character is, but honestly, like, I'll just wait till it gets revealed. You can't make it out. It's just a little blob. He's a little blob. He looks like he got a little fire on his head. That's all you can tell. Like, there's nothing going on there. There's no insight to what that could be. I've seen some people point out the salt Pokemon. Kind of looks like a little rock with like a chunk coming out of its head. And again, like, I've seen some artists mock-ups of what they think it looks like, or like a little cleaned up version of it. But again, we don't know anything. Like, even if we could see it clear-ish, we don't know anything. There are a few more instances. I'll link to a couple of videos down below that I think are more in-depth about that, and they actually talk about it, but I honestly, I don't see the point. I can't tell what the hell is going on. I'm not going to pretend like I can. These other people did a lot better job with really analyzing and zooming in on some stuff, and they did better on that. I'm not even going to bother trying for that. That's just not my thing. Back to Farigiraf. So Girafarig evolves into Farigiraf. It is a palindrome just like Girafarig, but they switched up a little bit. I really like this design. It looks really cool. I'm not sure how I feel about the Cheetos orange on the bottom going on, but other than that, I think the design looks really, really good. I like the spikes down its neck. That's really cool. And I like how it kind of has like the two heads as one head. So like sometimes you see the giraffe head and sometimes the other mouth just like closes in and you just get the circle head on top. It's just really cool. It kind of reminds me of those zip-up hoodies that people used to wear that zipped all the way up to like cover your face. They were stupid, but it was cool. I like this stuff. This is neat. It's still normal psychic, which I mean makes sense. That's pretty much what a Girafarig is. It's a normal giraffe, but with psychic powers. But yeah, this is cool. I like this. This was the only new Pokemon officially shown off, and honestly, none of the other information was super interesting. Like, great, we know terastallizing is for every type, for every Pokemon. It seems like some types will be rarer on some Pokemon than others. Like, they mentioned the Chansey as a ghost terastallizing type is a rare type for it. I assume that Ghost isn't a rare terastallizing type, because most ghost types will probably have that typing. But for Chansey specifically to have the Terra type of Ghost is probably rare for Chansey. So that seems like there's going to be rare type combinations you can get. That's really cool. You can also find those Pokemon in the wild, not necessarily in the big blown up version, like the raid battle version. Again, that's really cool. That way you can just kind of find them. They showed the Jigglypuff. That was interesting. But most of this is just gameplay stuff, which is cool to see, but not super interesting. It's more just, oh, that's neat. Okay. For 14 minutes, I would have liked if they had shown off one or two of those new Pokemon. They were in the trailer. They just weren't shown off in a way where you actually know what they were. So I kind of wish they had shown that off a little bit better. The other thing I want to point out here is they combined about 4 different things into the picnics. So the picnics now include the breeding, because you can find eggs there. You feed your Pokemon, you can play with your Pokemon. It's kind of just everything all in one. That's that kind of stuff. I'm curious how the breeding will work. Can you control who breeds and what eggs you get? Like, how does that work? I could see that making breeding really hard if it's just like 2 random Pokemon that are capable of breeding in your party breed. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The sandwich making is strange. I guess it's fine. It's just a sandwich, but at the same time, are you eating Lechonk? Is that what they're depicting here? Because it's ham. And Lechonk is a pig. So, like, are you eating a Lechonk? Do you feed the Lechonk your ham? Do you feed this sandwich to your Pokemon? Are you feeding Pokemon to your Pokemon? Because I'm pretty sure in Sword and Shield you fed them the curry dishes that you made. I don't know. That's a little weird. It's a little weird. You're feeding Lechonk to Lechonk. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about this trailer. It was cool. It was nice. Honestly, besides seeing new Pokemon, though, I've seen enough of the game. I don't really want to see that much more of the actual game. I just want to see some new Pokemon. And even then, I don't want to see, like, a ton of new Pokemon. Just, like, we got, like, a month before the games come out. If you show, like, 2 a week, that's only 8 new Pokemon, I'd be fine with that. That's less than 10. That puts us at, like, 30 revealed Pokemon or something if they do it that way, and that's not a lot. That's a third of the smallest Pokedex update we've ever gotten. So I feel like that's a realistic number to see. So yeah, I'd be happy with seeing just like 2 a week or something like that. Even like 2 bi-weekly. Like if every time they showed a trailer we got at least 2 or 3 Pokemon, I would be perfectly fine. But just getting the one, it was a little annoying. Even though the one was really cool because it's Giraffe's evolution, that's really, really cool. Just getting the one is a little, in 14 minutes, it's not a lot. But worse is that there was other Pokemon there that we saw. We can almost see them, but they didn't reveal them. We don't know their names or anything like that, and you can't quite make out what they look like, so it's just like a tease. That's a little frustrating. Again, just because it was 14 minutes, it's a little frustrating. Hopefully over the next like week or two, they start revealing them on Twitter like they did with some of the other ones. But you know, it's fine. It is what it is. We did just get Diglett like last week, so it's whatever. But you know, the trailer looks good. The game looks good. I'm really excited for the game. I don't really have any complaints or anything like that. Just more of a, well, it was 14 minutes of telling me what the game's going to be, and I pretty much already know what the game's going to be, and I'm perfectly happy with what the game's going to be. So I don't really need to see more of the gameplay, at least not me. Maybe you want to see more gameplay. Let me know in the description if you want to see more Pokemon gameplay, because you don't know how Pokemon's going to play after 25 years. And next up, we have the Nendoroid for Shantae finally fully revealed. This is a nice full-colored image. It does say pending licensor's final approval, but I mean, this looks great. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. I will be buying this immediately. This is adorable. I've been waiting for this ever since they announced it, and I can't wait. I have nothing really to say about it. I just wanted to show people the Shantae Nendoroid. I'm super excited. I'm a huge Shantae fan. This is adorable. Cannot wait. It looks really, really good. Hopefully it comes out really soon. Would love to get this immediately. Like, if I could just have this one that's on screen right now. If Good Smile could just send this to me now, that would be fantastic. And lastly, we have one new Yu-Gi-Oh card I want to cover. There was some Ninja support. We'll cover that on Monday or something. I don't really want to do that right now. This video is already going to be a little long. Triple Tactic Tasking. It seems to be in the same line as Triple Tactic Talent, which you may know as a very strong card that doesn't see huge amounts of play because the condition is a little awkward. It also seems like this is the hand that you're seeing in that. Like, this is who you're seeing in there. I don't know who that is. He might be just, like, another Yu-Gi-Oh card, and I don't know who it is. But it seems like this is the same guy holding the same fan, just in a different position. That's the artwork. Anyway, onto the actual card. It is a normal spell. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. If your opponent has activated a monster effect this turn, set one normal spell or trap directly from your deck, except this card. It cannot be activated this turn, or if your opponent controls a monster, you can add that card to your hand instead. And then you can use it that turn. Here's the thing. That sounds absolutely insane on paper. Like, it's probably going to be really strong, but really situational. And kind of like Triple Tactic Talent, not everyone's going to be able to play it. Because if you're going first, you can activate this card, but your opponent's most likely not going to have a monster on the field. So you're going to be setting a normal spell or trap from your deck. If you set a normal spell, you can't activate it this turn, so it's useless. If you set a normal trap, you can't activate this turn. At least it can offer interruption, but now you're playing a trap card that you probably weren't already playing, unless you're playing a trap-based deck. But that's a specific scenario, whereas most modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks just don't play trap cards. You could argue, well, I can set Imperm, I guess, but that's like the one trap I can think of that is commonly played main deck. really consistently that you would just want to set immediately. Going first, it's not fantastic. Going second, it's not a board breaker. Your opponent can negate it. This isn't doing anything. And it's not doing anything in the same way where Triple Tactics Talent isn't doing anything, where they already did something. They already say negate one of your card effects. Now you activate it and it immediately calls for a new response. Most of the time, unless you specifically cited something in as a counter, there's not really a solid reason to negate it, because they're just going to negate whatever you pull from your deck. It just doesn't seem that great when you actually think about the applications of it. I'm going to link Jesse Cotton's tweets discussing it. He's a fantastic player if you don't know who he is somehow. He kind of says the same thing as what I was thinking, and this is pretty much the same idea. It's really good on paper, but it also reads exactly like Triple Tactics Talent, where it's insane when it is, but most of the time you're not going to get that level of power out of it. It's just, it sounds better than it actually is. Still think it's going to be a very strong card, and it will definitely see some play, but I don't think it's as good as everyone's hyping it up to be. I think it is a very solid card, just like Triple Tactics Talent, that's going to have some niche applications, but when it's good, it's very good. It's just not going to be something you see in every deck all the time. It's not going to be a staple card. It's just going to be the kind of card you want to have around because you might need it eventually. It's a good card. It's just not as insane as people are making it out to be. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know what you think of the Mario movie trailer and the new Pokemon trailer. Do you like Yugioh? I thought it was pretty good. Tomorrow is Saturday, so we'll see you tomorrow with a different video, and we'll be back to Nerd News on Monday.